Hello and welcome back to Shovel. So I'm back at it again, and we're playing on challenge level 7, just to get the new Dark Elf Rod, which is the alternate skin. And yeah, the reason why I'm playing challenge level 7 is because I leveled up my Elf Noble all the way down to challenge 6, and so I unlocked challenge 7, and now I'm going to play as the Elf Mage, try to get back at the game for making me lose all my previous Elf Mage campaigns. So yeah, let's begin. So yeah, I'll talk about the standard spiel as always. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And yeah, it really helps out a lot, especially if you comment down below on what you think I should do in the playthrough. If you think that you have a strategy that you want me to try and play out maybe in a different playthrough, that'll be also wonderful. And yeah, so we really want to be going for this middle line. So we got quite a good start this time around, and yeah, it's going a lot better than the previous elf campaigns, especially considering that the previous elf mage campaign was done before the update to spells, and before the elves really got their current updates, because the elves previously could get ranged on their ordinary infantry units, but then that was taken away, and then you kind of had to, I still don't think you can get that back. So ordinary elf spears no longer can get ranged, but the rest of the elf units, they got upgraded, so now their range does a lot better. So the last time we did the Elf Mage campaign, you couldn't actually get the reroll plus reroll ones or +1 to hit from ranged attacks. You could, that sort of stuff didn't really exist the last time I did this sort of playthrough. So yeah, now that we're doing it again with the updated spells and the updated upgrades for all the units, I definitely do have a lot more, definitely have a lot more hope in passing through this campaign without as much problems. But still, you never know. We might get a curveball thrown our way, and we might still lose the campaign. You never know. It just depends on what sort of armies you go against, and what sort of army your own army's composition has. Because stuff like having a highly mobile armies, all good and nice, but until you run into a bunch of undead, and you can't unfortunately rout them. So yeah, the undead basically destroy any type of fast-moving army by, being undead, I guess. You can't exactly rout an undead, and that basically counters everything that you could have. Stuff like that, I guess, really impacts the chances of you winning a game. We could just hope for the best. Give Divine Favour to the Chariot, because it should give him a +1 to hit, +1 skill. So there we go. That should make my life a lot easier, especially considering that Chariots have 4 skill base. That's just not really good, so upgrading it whenever possible is definitely far more preferable, simply because it just so much more useful in terms of getting actual hits off. You always want to have a unit with a 5 or 6 skill. 6 is preferable, but I definitely can't say anything bad about a 5 skill either, because most of the time you're just going to miss, and it's not going to be fun, that's for sure. So there we go, we rout these guys, and that's a win for us. Let's quickly go through the end game. I'm assuming that there's not going to be any sort of levels up. No, there isn't. So I can skip through this, I guess. Well, I guess I'll take all the money over here. That's a plan, anyway. Right then, I basically got started off in the ideal position, 2 chariots on the side and the front line, I guess. So there was no real reason for me to try and, reposition or anything like that. So perfect start for me. I can immediately press begin the game, and then move on my, these guys up the front line. Because the Elf City Guard don't have the best upgrades when it comes to range, but they do definitely get upgrades for armor and skill, and that as always is useful. But I'm pretty sure they don't get reroll ones like the Elf Mage retinue does, the Elf Archers. So it's definitely some stuff like that you have to keep in mind whenever you pick like a semi-range, semi-melee unit. Definitely has its upsides, but also has its downsides. Something to keep in mind, I guess. So let's see. Gonna charge in there. Shall I wait? I'll wait on this guy. I definitely don't want to be charging in right now, so I'll wait on that. Well, he's going to try to charge into us, but luckily the chariot can probably turn around and run away. This guy is going to get rerolls because I really want him to hit the goblin mob. But I wanted to talk about the fact that by the time that you watch this video, I'm probably already trying to install my new CPU. So this is probably going to be the last series that comes out on the old CPU. So I guess a moment of silence for the old CPU, and it served me well for over 5 years. You know, quite ancient in the CPU world. It was AMD Ryzen 3 3200G. So I got it replaced with another G series, but it's Ryzen 5. So very nice. Really, really nice, to be fair. I like it quite a lot. And yeah, I'm going to see how well it does in its new job at editing videos and stuff like that. Probably don't expect anything to change overly drastic. Because yeah, it's just changing the CPU, but I could also mess it up severely. So if you see, you know, no videos coming out from this point onwards, or if you see like only, you know, daily life videos coming out where I'm just kind of like showing people how to cook, you know, change this to like a cooking channel or something like that. If you see stuff like that coming out, then you know that I messed up with the installation of the CPU, and now I'm only posting unedited videos of me like gardening or something like that. So yeah, if that happens, you should definitely like and subscribe. I really do need all the help then that I can get. But I don't think that's going to really happen, is it? I've got everything prepared. I got my thermopaste. I got the brand new fan as well. I'm going to replace the old fan. There's no real reason for me to keep the old fan. Might as well replace it with a new one since it came with the brand new CPU as well. I could have probably saved by getting like a second-hand CPU or something like that, but I didn't really bother with that too much. Just got a brand new one. It shouldn't require me to change anything else about my own computer. I just have to, you know, download the new specs after I install the CPU. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I will have to see. But I basically increased the doubled the amount of threads that I got going, and you know, increased by half the amount of cores that I have. So it's going to really speed up this sort of stuff like editing and, you know, stuff like that. And because it's you know, Ryzen 5, it's also going to be able to run Warhammer Fantasy, Total War Warhammer 3, because currently I can somehow run it, but it's not really supposed to run on a AMD 3. You know, minimum specs are on AMD 5, so the fact that it still runs is truly a miracle. So everything else about my CPU is rather decent though, and yeah, it's workable, I guess. And that's the end of this game, I guess. This round, it's the end of this round. That's gone quite well for us. So in the previous playthrough, we're playing as the challenge level, challenge 7 Goblin Shaman. I tried picking up money quite a lot, so I'm going to try to do the same here with the chariots. I'm going to try to pick up money with them mainly, you know, especially while I can here. Units fighting an additional rank. That's not that great, but the next upgrade for Spear Mastery gives you a reroll on failed attacks, and that is very strong. So this initial one isn't that great, but the next one is most definitely very, very powerful. So I guess after this series you can go and watch one of my other challenge level 7 playthroughs. I'm sure you're going to love that. It's not much different from this current series, but they're all challenge level 7. Now the Goblin Shaman is probably the closest one up to this point, and it's probably also like one of the more harder campaigns that I did. But with all the recent updates, it's definitely actually possible, because in the past, where the Goblin Shaman wouldn't even, you know, get upgrades on magical spells, the game was definitely a lot harder. So it's a lot of these quality of life updates actually make the game playable on challenge level 7, because yeah, stuff like the nerfs to the cannons make the dwarf slightly harder to play, but you know, the overall buffs with the leveling up system is definitely making the game so much better and yeah, actually playable. And I'm gonna give this guy skill to make sure that he routes these orc warriors, I guess. So I got my new CPU from AWD, which was quite nice. They delivered the CPU really quickly, and they also, you know, packaged everything really nicely. It had like bubble wrap around the entire CPU, as well as, you know, the thermal paste, and yeah, it was just overall a really good experience. It was really fast. It arrived earlier than you know, they said they would, because they said 4 to 5 days of shipping, and they arrived after only 3 days. I ordered it on like really late on Sunday, and it arrived by Wednesday, so it was really nice, really, really quick as well. I'm going to charge the spears in from behind, because I don't really trust the chariots. Chariots can definitely mess up quite severely. So at least if the spears mess up, they got more attacks going for them, because the chariots really, if they for whatever reason mess up a charge, immediately the amount of attacks that they have goes from 5 to 3, and the amount of power that they have goes from it goes from 5 to also down to 3. So it's just a really bad, really massive nerf for them. So you really don't want to mess up with these guys. Well, I mean, you can mess up if you want to lose them on purpose, you know. Sometimes I guess you do want to mess up a unit's charge, You know, if you're like trying to buy time or something like that, or if you just want a unit to get off the field. So for example, if you get a really unfavorable charge, if you get like you know, if you're playing as the Goblin Mob or Goblin Shaman, and you have your Goblin Mob get charged by, you know, a really powerful single entity unit like a giant, it is preferable for the Goblin Mob to just rout off the field rather than try to fight the giant, unless, you know, you're kind of having them buy time for you to find favor to all target all units. So that's quite strong. That becomes map wide, and I get 2 of those. So yeah, ignore the money. Map wide divine favor. That's crazy. +1 skill to everyone. Wow, that's extremely overpowered. I'm pretty sure that should not be legal with how overpowered that is. That is crazy. Definitely a spell that exists. Oh, we got 25% off. That's also new. I never saw it give these discounts before for units. That's really, really nice. I guess the more you play, the more you learn. I wonder when that came out. But yeah, it's really, really nice. Just all things considered. I guess get an attack spell for this guy. That does mean I can't get the Elven Weavers, but yeah, I guess I'm not going wide right now. I'm going to upgrade some of my units so that they're not immediately dying after a charge. I could get bows for myself as well. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Why not? And then get some defense. Oh, Banner of Mist. Yeah, Banner of Mist on these guys as well. Yeah, because archer units are usually the ones that are, you know, left behind after everyone else charges into enemies. Still, archer units are also like the ones that always get targeted by cannons and stuff like that. So, you know, always having an ability to have mist on them is very useful. Right then, let's start this game. So, let's talk about something else, I guess. Let's stop talking about me and let's start talking about some other stuff. So I guess, what sort of fantasy creature would you like to be? I feel like that's a really, really good starting talking point, I guess. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Oh, now it shows you the amount of damage that you've done. That's also really nice. I really like this change. That's massive. You cannot believe how massive that is. Because in the past it wouldn't show you that you've done like 2/3 damage. It would just show you like a full unit. So yeah, that's really nice. I guess for like people with visual impairment, it would be nice to see like, you know, like times 2 and a third or something like that on the times bottom right under the troll's name tag. I guess that'll be easier for the people that are more visually impaired that, you know, might have issues seeing the red. But yeah, this is really nice because it just straight up tells you. Yeah, I guess really, really nice. I always like to see these sorts of updates, sort of stuff that slightly changes how you view the game, and yeah, it just makes a massive difference in terms of gameplay wise. And then obviously the goblins got really lucky there, you know. Yeah, as you can see, goblin shot bows, not the best unit out there. Definitely, if you can get something else, do by all means get something else. Goblin shot bows are not the way to success over here. Oh, I also forgot that I gave everyone bows. I guess that's also a thing that I did. My bad. But yeah, fire off the bows. Not the best, don't get me wrong, 4 skill. I guess I could have given everyone a +1 skill, because I did make it global, didn't I? And yeah, I guess that is the thing that I did do. So, okay, this is going to be a bit awkward, but I have hopes. I have hopes in the high defense of the chariots, 5 defense, and I have high hopes in the fact that I'm going to pop the, you know, army-wide at +1 skill. So, talking about what sort of fantasy creature would you like to be? I guess I would really want to be a dragon, just because, you know, dragon. What else is there to say about dragons? Massive flying, you know, lizards with like fire breath, and also they have massive piles of money as well that they like to sit on. You know, not a big fan of a bunch of knights trying to come and slay you, but I guess comes with part of the job, I guess, description of being a dragon. I'm going to try to get rid of these trolls because I'm hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. Oh, okay. And they also got really good saves as well, 3+ slaves. Yeah, I guess it just shows you that you can really get unlucky at any point and any time. Hoped for the best. This is what I got. Let's see if these guys get better luck. And yeah, they do. They do in fact get better luck. That's really nice. Now, I am going to avoid this, and I'm going to charge them in the side. Very nice. It is unfortunate because the trolls are going to attack me over here, but I'm sure I'll deal with it just fine. The main thing that I really hope is that this chariot doesn't immediately die. And it's a draw. That's really bad, because, yeah, from 5 attacks down to... it goes down to... what do you call it? Down to 3. And at 3 power. It's yeah, that's going to really hurt. Let's move like this, then everyone's getting in kind of into melee. Overall, then I can pop this. We'll see. The shot bows decided not to attack. That's really interesting. I wonder why. Probably because they're aiming at the Elf Mage and his retinue. So yeah, the AI does have a tendency to become overly focused on a single unit. Sometimes they'll ignore getting a side charge to target a unit off to the side somewhere, but sometimes they'll also just straight up, you know, ignore everything else and just, you know, try to go for a unit that's already engaged in combat, even though there's like a unit right next to them that they could just turn and face and kind of attack to deal with. So yeah, it's a bit weird how sometimes AI fully targets you, sometimes kind of goes around you. It's just something that you have to get used to with this type of AI, I guess. Maybe if these guys don't rout, I can charge them in the side, off from behind, something like that. Yeah, the wolf riders are still routing off. That's good to know because that means I can just basically shoot all my arrows into the goblin shot bows, because I know that these guys next turn are just going to rout off the field. Okay, that didn't work out, but I can charge them next turn as well. So let's hope that my lord does well over here. And there we go. They should be gone. No, they're not. Okay. I'm pretty sure they were on 2 wounds, and I dealt 1 wound last turn, and 2 wounds this turn. So I wonder how that works. Oh, they got regeneration. Oh, that's why. That's why. Now you see this. It's good to know. It's good to know ahead of time what sort of updates are going to happen, because yeah, Trolls got regeneration in the last patch, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I just now realised that. So there we go. I guess the more you know. Yeah, the Orcs got a massive buff, because they had a really expensive giant unit, and they had their Orc warriors, which were quite good for the cost, especially if you got dual weapons. But overall, they had a bunch of goblin units that didn't have the best discipline, so they kind of were pretty much useless. And there we go, the Trolls are routing. Yep, there we go. Let's hope that we can rout these shotbows, and yeah, the chariot does absolute wonders against the shotbows. They really have terrible armor, 2 armor, and yeah, it's just 3 power. They're not that great. Yeah, so as expected, they just kind of immediately got routed off by the chariot. 5 attacks all went through. That was also quite lucky because, yeah, only had a 4 skill on the chariot. So I guess that was very nice. I wonder if there's a limit to this regeneration, because I feel like there really should be a regeneration limit. And then I can also fire off these, Shadowbolt, I guess. Shadowbolt should do a lot better because it has more armor piercing, but I guess not. I really want to see how this unit recovers all missing wounds at the end of turn. That's I feel like that's really overpowered now, because yeah, that's in the past they were kind of okay already. They were quite strong, one of the stronger units on the roster, because they got 3 attacks, 3 wounds per model, and you could buff them up with the Goblin Shaman quite a bit. But now with the regenerate all wounds, unless you get like 3 wounds on them per turn, they're just gonna be back to full. And yeah, it's really big. So for armies that do a lot of chip damage, yeah, it's not gonna go well for them. So yeah, a lot of these chip damage armies, I guess, +5 range for ranged attacks. That's really nice. Should I do that? I'll increase max unit size, I guess. It's better for these guys. Yeah, for these guys it's better range, I guess. Although model count would also be nice. Range, wounds. I guess that's more necessary at this point because they're just so weak. Skill. Yeah, skill overall, you want to buff skill, especially on the chariots. And yeah, something like this, I guess. I mean, it's a bit of an awkward army composition that I've just picked there, and a lot of really awkward upgrades that I picked, but we'll see how this goes. Random event. Let's see. Come on. Oh, I like this. Enter the darkness. Yeah, I don't mind sacrificing a bunch of cheap units. 248. Wow, that's a really high roll, and reroll failed damage saves as well. That's really good for my mage, because yeah, he's not the best in terms of damage output. Not a lot of power, not a lot of attacks, and yeah, just overall quite weak in melee. So the fact that he's slightly more tanky in case he ever gets charged by the enemy is definitely very useful indeed. I'm going to kind of mess around over here because I really don't want any of my units to be inside of the side of the terrain. I guess I'm going to activate this and hope for the best. So they're roughly around halfway down the map. That's where they're going to be. Ooh, okay. At least we got 1 wound through. I don't know why I tried to move up so much. I couldn't really. Guess it didn't really matter in the end, because I couldn't use the Shadowbolt spell because I just used a different spell. So no, it was a really weird choice for me, wasn't it? Guess I can move this guy up slightly. 2+ attacks. That's really nice. Nice to see that the overall range upgrade, kind of affects everything, including the hitting on 2s. That's really nice. That's why I really like skill upgrades, because it just increases the amount of attacks that you can output. and makes it more consistent. You know, you can never be too consistent, but having a bit of more consistency, because you know that most of your attacks will land, is always nice. You know, on 4 skill, you know, you're always rolling the dice, so having more than 4 skill is always nice. To know that at least 50% of your attacks will go through, more than that. But you know, considering randomness, you know, you even on, you know, 5 skill, you can sometimes get like out of like 6 attacks, you can only get like 1 attack going through. So it's always random, but you know, never hurts to try to limit the randomness, I guess. Increase skill again, just to help out that guy over there, and then to shoot these guys, rerolling 1s. There we go. Finally, didn't reroll a 1 into a 1, even though the enemies did save everything because they got 3+ saves, and that's what I mean. 3+ saves. They should save just above half, but they saved most of everything. So yeah, you can never predict everything, but you can always hope to get good rolls, can't you? So move it like this, and then could hopefully help out the chariot if it messes up, or I can just deal with the orc brutes as well. You know, everything a little, every little bit helps. Then yeah, they've got these guys did so well over there. Bow mastery, range 3 power on the bows. It's okay. The hand weapons are really why you want to pick this sort of unit, because yeah, can fire off and then they can go into melee really nicely. So the enemies are kind of blocking themselves over here. I don't mind taking advantage of that though, because yeah, just continue firing off on them. Maybe even charge them in the side next turn. Yeah. So that's what I mean. You know, 5 skill and it missed 2 attacks. Yeah. Oof. Out of the 5, 2 attacks missed, and now they're being attacked fully by the orcs, orc warriors. Charging to the side there. And then there they go. They're trying to run around us. That's a bit awkward, I guess. I can try to deal with it. Yeah, with a few spells. There we go. That's really nice. Because if my unit can shoot the, you know, boviders with, you know, the arrows, then they can. Then you know, my lord can most definitely shoot the boviders with a spell. That's very nice. Shoot them over here, and then maybe charge them in from behind as well, just to deal additional damage. Yeah, there we go. So then I'm not getting stuck over there. Yep, this will let me attack from both sides. Oh wow, I forgot my bows. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. It's only two attacks, and it's not really that big of a deal. The bows are not that important. What is important is getting a charge off on the back of these guys, and then they don't immediately destroy my entire unit. Then I'm going to try to move around the back with this lord, and let's see. We're doing quite well over here. I mean, definitely enemies routing, so that's really nice. That's it. And let's see what else I have to talk about here. Oh yes, I want to talk about some things that you really don't want to do with your PC, and that is putting it on the floor. Whatever you do, don't put your PC on the floor, because yeah, it's just not good. You don't want to do it. It yeah, basically collects a bunch of dust. It's down on the floor, and it doesn't have the best of airflow. Especially if you have like a carpet on your floor, that's even worse because the carpet kind of absorbs all the dust. And yeah, then your PC basically, because it's also on the floor, it kind of absorbs that as well. So yeah, it's just don't do that. Don't do what I did. That's how you know that you shouldn't do it. Yeah, it's kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. That I used to put my PC on the floor, but yeah, it's I fixed my mistakes. I no longer do that. And yeah, I'm now learning from my past mistakes, because yeah, I no longer have to, you know, like almost vacuum up my PC every single couple of months like I used to do in the past. Which, you know, hindsight 2020, I guess. I should have probably not been you know, putting my PC on the floor in the first place if I had to vacuum it up so often. But you know, I didn't know any better, and so here we are now. And I no longer put my PC on the floor because I learned. So yeah, that's very nice. Let's hope that these guys route. Oh no, they don't. That's yeah, it's gonna take forever for this to go through. It's gonna take a while, isn't it? Skip charges. There's nothing really for me to do. I just have to do this sort of stuff where I just walk back and forth and try to find angles to charge the enemies. There's nothing really else for me to do. So yeah, there we go. Skip everything else. So I really hope that they route sometime soon. Like these guys, they got quite good power and quite good amount of attacks, but no, the enemies are still in combat. Been rolling quite well, and there they go, they're routing this turn. That's really nice. So I'm just going to skip this. No need to deal unnecessary damage to my chariot, you know, potentially. So, because they're routing. Very, very nice. And while I'm here, let's... oh, okay. So we got a victory. So yeah, while I'm here, let's talk about some phobias. So it's something that people are afraid of. That's what a phobia is. And yeah, there's a lot of phobias, but I'll talk about some of my own phobias. So, you know, I really hate deep water, so like thalassophobia. Upgrade bolt to power 5. Yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice. Since there's nothing else, no income or anything, I'll pick that. And then increase range, mastery, because that also increases the circle for where you get a +1 to hit or +1 to skill. So yeah, that increasing range also helps that as well. So that's really nice. And let's get some of this money, and then some of this as well. So let's. I probably should have taken the money, shouldn't I have? But yeah, whatever, it's fine. And we got a dragon. 25% off on my dragon. I don't know what's happening today, but I'm really happy. I'm really happy about what's been happening today. Not only did I get a discount on my dragon, but I got Radiant Shield. V-walls on failed saves. That that's like a pocket random event. Divine Favor, whatever it was. Barding as well on my dragon to make it more survivable. This is a really good day, I'm not going to lie. Some power and charging. I mean, that's useful, but I'd rather take defense, wouldn't I? 6 defense on a chariot hits really hard. It makes it kind of unkillable, even if they do mess up. So that's really nice. Let's go to this tent to make sure that I'm topped up on everything. I'm in tip-top shape. I mean, the one model, is it really going to be that big? No, I don't think it's not. I'd rather take the additional XP, I guess, from training in the camp. I guess that's how it goes. Right, so let's confirm this and let's see what the enemies have. Okay, so it's a bit unfortunate that, yeah, I kind of messed up the size. I would have preferred my dragon to be on the left where I could deal with direwolves, but it's a bit late for that now, isn't it? Okay, so apart from thalassophobia, let's talk about trypophobia. That's where you are afraid of a bunch of little holes close together. So there's a bunch of like insects and stuff like that. There's like a frog as well that has trypophobia, because it keeps its eggs in its skin, and when they hatch, it leaves a bunch of holes in its skin. Yeah, it's really, really gruesome, isn't it? Yeah, that's why people hate trypophobia, because having a bunch of holes really close together, it's just really, really scary. Like, oof, yeah. No other way to put it other than that's just plain scary. That is just plain scary. Let's attack this guy, rerolling ones, because it's an archer unit. That's really nice. Yeah, there we go. Deleting some of the dire wolves, making it more manageable for this single chariot to deal with, I guess. So, biggest problem with this undead army is the fact that I got a bunch of chariots. So that means that the only units that will rout are, in fact, the units that are, that are the easiest to get rid of. We'll see. This should go through. Yes, it does go through, and yeah, it gets rid of them. That's really nice. Means I can charge into dire wolves next. Okay, yeah. So they're showing me their back. That's really nice. I could also shoot them. Can I not? Yeah, I can. Can probably do that. Then I can get rid of them immediately without having to, dedicate an entire unit to it. There we go. Okay, maybe that made it worse because now I can't charge them, and they're gonna get a charge off on my archers. Okay, maybe I did make it worse, but did I make it that much worse? I probably did, didn't I? Yeah, I probably did. This is bad because the skeleton knights are gonna go before me. Yeah, that's not great, is it? No, it's really not. Change of plans. We're leaving. Yep, you heard me right. We're leaving. We are indeed leaving. Now, if I do something like this, that means that I'm technically closer to the zombies than I am to the skeleton knights. That also means that I'm technically not, I'm not liable to charge the skeleton knights. The skeleton knights, yeah, because I'm closer to the zombies, I can charge the zombies in the side, and the skeleton knights can't interrupt me because I'm closer to the zombies than I am to the skeleton knights. Because that's how interrupts work. Because if you're closer to an enemy unit, it doesn't even matter if they're charging your unit in the back. Because you're closer to them, you can just basically interrupt. The skeleton knights can't do that to me. Yep, there we go. Okay, that's bad. Because I would have preferred for the archers not to get stuck there. But yeah, here we are. Ooh, okay, right then. Yeah, Radiant Shield. Greater Favor. There we go. We'll see what the enemies do, won't we? And I can deal the attacks to the zombies. I am going to have to just kite them. Because there's no other way for me to go around this. It is what I'm forced to do. It's not what I'd like to do. But it is what is, for the greater good. I have to do this. I have to attack this Weight Lord. Because he has Unholy Vigor, he has Eternal Vein, and he has Relentless. Which is really nice to see because, I'm pretty sure even though up to the last patch, enemy lords, they would not get that many spells. They'd only get like a single spell, and that was it. So the fact that enemy lords finally get, somewhat decent spells is actually rather big. They didn't really used to do that in the past. Guess I can I not? I can always attempt to anyway. And yep, let's hope that I deal with these zombies. I really don't have the highest of hopes. The only good thing is that they have poor power, and I got really good armor on that dragon. Yeah, it's got 6 defense. When you have 6 defense, very few things can actually, come and damage you. So yeah, I can interrupt. There we go. So there we go. That's what I mean. Because I'm closer to him than he is to my Elf Mage, I can just straight up interrupt him. That's really nice. Then that guy also has 6 defense, so it's going to be really awkward for the enemies to deal with me. That's basically the entire plot point. I'm going to attack this guy and then I'm just going to move around the back. That's the plan anyway. There we go. Really nice. He's going to move up. I'm just going to shoot him and then I'm going to walk away. There's no real reason for me to engage with him. And yeah, these guys, the White Lord, his retinue only has 2 skill and 3 defense. So, me having 3 power, 5 skills should mean that I should deal with them rather easily, especially because there's only 7 of them. With the White Lord's 4 attacks, that's only 11 attacks coming in my way. Although the White Lord has much better attacks, and I myself have I'm going to have like 10 attacks coming in his way, so it's not that big of a difference. So let's do something like this where I can still somewhat attack the skeleton warriors, but I can, walk around and help out my archer unit over here. There we go. It's really nice. Because, yeah, if they're out or anything like that, I really want to be dealing with the White Lord rather than, they let the innocent archer unit get slaughtered because the White Lord is going to continue charging them down even if they're out. Okay, that's really close. Okay, they're staying in. That's fine. I guess I'll charge those guys in as well, just to make sure that they kill the enemy units slightly faster. And then this chariot got rerolls because of greater favor. Yeah, there we go. That's why greater favor is so nice. Just so good. Just so good. Okay, he's going to turn around. I am going to shoot him again. And I'm going to turn around and continue kiting. No real reason for me to engage in melee. Just continue kiting. Oh, and the enemies have decided to give up on this unit. It's really interesting. I wonder if they've got new AI that prevents them from constantly getting locked in on a single unit and eternally chasing it. If they do have a new AI in that sort of form, I guess that's really nice. Radiant Shield these guys, I think. No, I'll Radiant Shield the chariot because of the chariot of Valse, and then I get charged in behind with my Elf Mage, and I don't really want that to happen, so yeah, Radiant Shield the chariots and then it stays alive. And then these guys are taking some more damage because of crumbling. That's really nice. So another phobia that I know of, not necessarily afraid of, because I'm not really afraid of I'm not afraid of arachnophobia. So it's a phobia that exists, but I'm not really afraid of. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that afraid of. Oh, that's really interesting. So the White Lord is now a single entity. Let's go. This is so big. Wow. This is progress. This is what I call progress. You're finally good. The Undead Lord is finally good. Wow. That's massive. Wow. Yeah, declare charges. That's it. I don't want to declare any charges because I'm kiting the enemies. That's massive. You cannot believe how big it is to have, the Lords not actually be, disposable units, I guess. Because that's what they were in the past. If the unit dies that the Lord is in, he's gone. The Lord is just gone. That's it. All these wounds that you have, he can have like 1 million wounds, and it's all useless. Because the unit that he was in, he had like 10 skeletons, and the 10 skeletons died. So there you go. He's now gone forever. So yeah, the fact that it's been changed so much is massive. I've been asking for this for forever, and to have it happen is unbelievable. I cannot stress this enough how big of a change this is. This is massive. This is game changing. This is the stuff that I dream of. Yeah. Yep, that's very nice. And then draw over here, I don't really mind. The Skeleton Knight's drawing. That's there we go. It's very big. I'm going to charge this guy in the back to prevent him from charging the Elf Archers, the poor Elf Archers, constantly being charged by a bunch of these enemies that I really want to get rid of them. Let's do something like this. Can I? No, I don't have enough range. It's a bit of a shame. I can't do something like this with the Mage, I guess. No, I don't have enough. I don't have enough for that, and I don't have enough for this. Oh no, I have enough for this. That's really nice. At least I can get some. I guess I can get that off. I mean, it's okay, I guess. It's not the best spell for dealing with low armor, high amount units, but it's okay. They're good. They're staying in, and yep, these guys also staying in. Okay, so that's also quite different because it was a draw, but because the enemy dealt more damage to us, we had to take the morale checks. So yeah, there has been a massive update, and I'm so happy about it. It's unbelievable. I can't charge him because unfortunately I can't charge the guy. That's fine. The chariot is just doing chariot things, so that's fine by me. That's quite massive. Yep, the enemies are dead. That's very nice. Let's see how they do over here. So they kill the chariot. That's fine. I mean, its time was coming to an end really soon. And the zombies take some additional damage. Yeah, that's fine. So this has been a really close game, but it's it has been a really eye-opening and very revealing game. So yeah, that's I'm very happy about the way that this game has gone. I am very, very happy indeed. The amount of stuff, brand new stuff that I've learnt this game is enormous. And I'm very, very happy indeed. Yeah, let's do something like this. Try to deal some extra damage, I guess, to the knights. I mean, pretty sure that after I rout the zombie unit, the knights should run away or something like that. Because there's just not enough of them. And I've dealt with so much of the enemy army. But we'll see. You never know. Sometimes the enemies do have really, really good morale. And when you don't want them to. And sometimes, you know, you surprise yourself because they're out when they have like a full unit of really good units. You know, like sometimes they have like a full unit of Dwarf Deep Guard and they just out. Even though that single unit can probably take on your entire army. Well, six armor. And because they got 6 armor, yeah, basically makes them unkillable. Because on top of that armor, they got you know, sturdy armor ability, which, you know, increases their saves as well. So even if you have like 6 power, you're not really going to be hitting them all that much. So like Dwarf Deep Guard are really scary. You're hitting them on like 6s. Yeah, they're saving on like 2s. You know, it's ridiculous. Deep Guard are definitely scary units, that's for sure. Don't want to mess with a Deep Guard. They got dealt a bit more damage. They routed the enemies a bit more. That's really nice. And there they got the enemies routed. It's really nice. So I'm going to skip this. There's no real reason for me to do anything else. I mean, I guess I could have charged the Elf City Guard in as an interception, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'll let the Elf Watchers deal with this. I mean, it's, yeah. There we go. Nice. Wow, this has been a really eye-opening Act 1 boss fight, hasn't it? Very eye-opening indeed. Very, very eye-opening. Get my healing done, and let's get my upgrades done as well. Yeah, let's get more wounds for the dragon. Dragon can never have enough wounds. Always useful. Additional discipline. Make sure the guy's never out. Rolling ones is better. I mean, can't do damage saves if you miss the enemies, I guess. That's how that goes, I guess. How that thinking goes. +1 speed. Yeah, +1 speed makes them more maneuverable, especially with, you know, how wide, you know, I guess not wide, but how long the unit is. Because, yeah, the length of the unit definitely does dictate how quickly it can run away from enemies and stuff like that. So having a longer unit is a downside. So yeah, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!